What was the biggest plot twist of your life? When I was 17, my dad abandoned us. No warning, no goodbyes, just emptied the bank accounts and disappeared on a Tuesday morning in April. I remember because it was the day before my championship track meet that he'd promised to attend. Mom found the note on the kitchen counter. "I can't do this anymore. Don't try to find me." That's it. 8 words to explain walking out on 19 years of marriage and 2 kids. For 8 years, I hated him with every fiber of my being. Every birthday card missing his signature. Every Christmas with one less stocking. Every graduation where I scanned the audience, stupidly hoping he might show up. I built my entire personality around his absence. This burning anger became my motivation through college, through my first job, through everything. Mom never said a bad word about him, which only made me angrier. "Your father had his reasons," she'd say, staring at nothing. My sister Emma took it even harder. She was only 12 when he left, and her health problems were just beginning. The doctors diagnosed her with lupus the following year. Without Dad's income, the medical bills nearly destroyed us. Then last month, my uncle called at 3 a.m. I knew immediately something was wrong. Nobody calls at that hour with good news. "They found your dad's car," he said, his voice cracking, "at the bottom of Lake Michigan." I felt nothing, just numb. 8 years of rage suddenly had nowhere to go. The police report said the car had been there for exactly 8 years and 2 days. He disappeared on April 18th. The car went into the lake on April 20th. What happened in those 48 hours? I couldn't stop wondering. When they recovered his wallet, it still had $207 cash inside, his driver's license, photos of Emma and me from when we were kids. If he'd abandoned us, wouldn't he have taken everything? Wouldn't he have started a new life somewhere? The detective assigned to the case, a woman with kind eyes named Officer Reeves, handed me a plastic evidence bag containing a waterlogged note they found in the glove compartment. My hands shook as I unfolded it, the paper fragile from years underwater. "Tell my kids I'm sorry. The medical bills will bankrupt them. This way, they get the life insurance." I read it 7 times before the words made sense. Dad had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He'd hidden his diagnosis from everyone. The hospital records showed he'd received the news 3 weeks before he disappeared. Terminal, inoperable, 6 months at most. The life insurance policy he took out 3 months before disappearing paid out $750,000. Mom always told us it was from an investment Dad had made years ago that finally paid off. That money paid for my college education, covered Emma's treatments when insurance wouldn't, and kept a roof over our heads when Mom had to cut back hours to care for Emma. Dad didn't abandon us. He chose to die alone in that lake so we could live. I found Mom sitting at the kitchen table that night, staring at Dad's note. "You knew," I whispered. She nodded slowly. "He made me promise," she said, tears streaming down her face. "The insurance wouldn't pay for suicide. He needed it to look like he'd left us, then had an accident later. If anyone suspected," she couldn't finish the sentence. "For 8 years, she carried this burden alone. Let me hate him. Let me say terrible things about the man who had given everything for us. Yesterday, we finally had a funeral. The cemetery overlooked the lake where they found him. Emma brought daisies, his favorite. Mom brought the last anniversary card he gave her. I brought his old fishing hat, the one he wore every weekend when he took me out on the water. As I placed it on his empty casket, my hands trembled. "I'm sorry, Dad," I whispered. "I'm sorry I spent 8 years hating the most selfless man I've ever known." Emma squeezed my hand. "He knew you didn't really hate him," she said softly. "He knew you'd understand someday." That night, I found a small box in Mom's attic labeled, "For when they find me." Inside was a stack of birthday cards, 8 years worth for both Emma and me. Each one signed, "I'm still watching over you. Love, Dad." The biggest plot twist wasn't discovering how my father died. It was learning how deeply he lived and how far he would go for the people he loved.